Dum da dum dum dum. Ha! Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Oh my gosh. I was having breakfast this morning and I've been watching this for a couple of days. All right. Johnny Somali. And you can't help but I don't know. I can't see that you can do anything good about this guy. All right. He is a nuisance live streamer. He's been kicked off and banned on various apps like Kick, YouTube, Twitch, others. Okay. It's my understanding currently he live streams or has been live streaming to Rumble. Um, but he's had his ass kicked in Japan. He's had his ass kicked in Israel. He's had his ass kicked in Korea. In fact, the Koreans are putting out YouTube videos with a bounty on his head. All right. This guy is an absolute public nuisance. And that's how he makes money. He's admitted that in Japan, when they went to court for his infractions there, that he lied to the judge. Okay, he's a pathological liar. He's a racist. He's everything a parent should be ashamed of, quite frankly. In fact, he is from Phoenix, Arizona. I've never seen that type of behavior in the 25 years that I lived in Phoenix. Now, ASU, Arizona State University, claims to have a degree from ASU. Perhaps, maybe, it's a big party schools. Actually, ASU is one of the biggest colleges in the nation, student population. But it's also a big party school. How he got a degree from there, that's easy to be known. But what we're going to do here? Well, first thing we're going to do is we are going to put the link up. Okay? And we're going to say, you know what? If you'd like to come and talk about Johnny Somalia, do you know him? Everything that goes along with it. Let's take a look at a couple of the comments that were here before I stepped in. Gengio, he needs to stay out of the Philippines. If he that disrespectful, we as expats here being viewed as like them, the disrespectful ones, hard to know because we're guests. Legal hold is allowed if you do stupid things in another country because you're a guest plus they're ongoing. Yeah, he legally cannot leave the country of South Korea at the time this video is being made. He is being investigated for pending charges. Okay. Now he issued an apology late yesterday, our time. Excuse me. For lewd acts and how disrespectful he was at a national monument and everything that goes along with it. And that's, pretty much how he's gotten out of issues elsewhere. He'll to get the biggest severity down, he'll issue an apology. And then he'll lie about what he meant with that apology. He did it in Israel, he did it in Japan, and now he's done it in South Korea. So I think he'd be in for a rude awakening here in the Philippines, but that's part of what we're asking. Gengio, legal hold, if you do stupid things in another country because you're a guest, plus they're going to teach you a lesson. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I think one of the things that I do think is that he chooses his targets pretty wisely. And what I mean by that is all the shit that you see happen with him so far have been in highly democratic countries, or countries that have a highly democratic legal system and a checks and balances system, that it tries to fairly treat offenders, where justice is reasonably done. He's not going to find that in the Philippines. That's for sure. It was called legal hold back when the naval base was open, Kenny in Subic. How you doing, Kenny? What's it like down in Subic today? Scott F., thanks for dropping in, Scott. Good morning to you. Chippy Whiska, oh my God. Hey, Chippy, how you doing? Good morning, Mike. Koreans dislike foreigners at the best of times, and they obviously do not like this guy. Big Dave joined us. Top of the morning to you and Arlen there, Doc. How you doing, Dave? Hope things are going well. Johnny will do anything for a view. He likes abuse. You know what? Chosen one, he is not from Somalia. All right, he's actually from Phoenix, Arizona. Supposedly a Somali father and Ethiopian mother is what it says in his bio. But I think you're right. He likes abuse. I think he gets off on getting his ass whipped. He really and truly must. Izzy and Chris, he should make videos in Afghanistan. The Taliban is really welcoming. Izzy, I don't think you're going to see him showing up in Afghanistan. I don't think you'll see him showing up in Russia. I don't think you'll see him showing up in mainland China. They are not going to be a very favorable destination. Jen Gio says, when I was in the military all those years, you get double the punishment, that country punishment, plus military. Wow. Well, he's not in the military. Never been in the military to the best of my knowledge. All right. He's only 24 years old, and he went to college at ASU. And he just graduated, and I think it was 2001 is what his bio says. That being said, he hasn't done time in the military or service. Let's see here. Dave says, on the subject of Johnny Somali, I know two wrongs don't make a right, but this kid needs a good old-fashioned ass whooping, and I'm volunteering. You know what, Dave? He is a popsicle stick. I don't know how he doesn't have a few broken bones. I know he would if he was pulling that crap. It's my opinion that he would if he was pulling that crap here in the Philippines. Philly in the Philippines, good morning. How you doing, Brian? Hope you and Lot are doing well. That's for sure. So far, it seems like everybody knows who Johnny Somali is. The videos have been all over. He is a nuisance blogger. I mean, there's actually a technical term for it. He's, YouTube banned him, Kick banned him, Twitch banned him. Now, he appealed some of that and got reinstated. I don't know. I think he's broken those reinstatements already. It's my understanding he's live streaming to Rumble. And everything he does, he doesn't do videos as much as he does live streams. I've never actually seen a video from him. Maybe an apology video or something like that, but mostly it's all live streams, and that's where he gets off on getting an audience, and we've talked about that here. Do live streamers allow their audiences to push them in certain directions? It's kind of like, let's zoom in on that girl, or zoom in on this, or talk to somebody about that. I don't think that crap is gonna go here. I think he knows better than to come to the Philippines. But I'm not aware of any nuisance vloggers here in the Philippines. There are trolls, there are channels that don't get along with other channels. There are people that don't get along with other people. I have really and truly, I'm not sure I've ever seen a channel, a Western channel, all right, a Western YouTuber that doesn't get along with or is anti Filipino channel. I don't think you see that. Because this guy's a racist, absolute racist, and he's incredibly culturally disrespectful. And I mean, he told the folks in Japan it was time to drop another nuclear bomb on them. He breaks the cultural norms. He does all kinds of stuff. Ricky Last. How you doing, Ricky? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to put that link back up. And if you're interested in joining up into the channel and being on the panel and having your say, you're more than welcome to it. All right? We'd love your opinion. We'd love to know, do you know of him? Have you seen him? Are you aware of him? Chippy Wisco, waste of time and air. Unfortunately, the younger generations thinks this is a great way to make money. Well, yeah, I think you're right. But at the same time, in Japan, he told the court, they didn't do this to make money. Blah, I didn't make any money, is what he said. And with that, then he came out once he got kicked out of Japan or finally left Japan and everything else. He came right out and said he lied to the judge, that it wasn't true. But yes, Chippy, I do agree with you. Philly in the Philippines, that young kid in AC got, expat king, I think was who it was. There was a lot of stuff behind that, but he was definitely a nuisance. And I don't know that he got banned from YouTube. Well, I think he did get banned from YouTube, or at least that channel got knocked down, but he didn't get kicked out by the country. I mean, in South Korea right now, they have him on a hold. He can't leave South Korea. His passport is flagged. He won't be able to get on a flight or cross the border. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Now, is it fluid? It might be a lot easier than we think to leave South Korea, by land. But I don't know. I don't know what happens when you drive out of South Korea into an adjacent country. There you go. Good morning, Phil. How are you? Never heard. Oh, Phil, you gotta, this guy is a work of art. I mean, he is a piece of shit. That's the best word. I'm embarrassed to say that he's from Phoenix, Arizona. It's crazy. It really and truly is. Keith McDaniel. Hi, Keith. How you doing? Whoops. There we go. How you doing, Keith? Whoops. Man. I screwed that up, didn't I? First off, it's not Keith. It's Michael McDaniel. My apologies, Michael. And how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining us. Chippy, blah, blah. The Japanese are too friendly. Koreans, not so much. Yeah. I will admit, I think that the Japanese society is far more confrontational than the Korean society. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, I think. Never heard of Johnny Somali till now. Really, Brian? I find that super surprising that it hasn't come across your feed there's literally hundreds of videos out there about him right now. That surprises me, Brian. You should look at a couple of them. I mean, there are videos of him getting his ass whipped by the police and by the IDF, by other people in Israel, in Japan. I mean, YouTubers in South Korea right now have a bounty. They've issued almost a bounty on this kid's head. Izzy Group, Expat King was filming high school and labeling them as bar girls. Yes, Izzy, he was doing that. He absolutely was. Yeah, you know what? Lynn's right. There's always North Korea. Let him go over there and try that shit. All right? He can get in, I think. I don't know what it takes to get in, or a tourist visa to get into North Korea. But I hear they're very, very strict on video there. So let him go try it there. Absolutely. Or let him try it in the Ukraine, or in Afghanistan, or Saudi Arabia, or hundreds of different places, to be actually honest about it. It's guys like Dave says, it's guys like Somalia and Expat Kings that give black people a bad name. You know what, Dave? I think they give all Americans a bad name. I really and truly do. This little skinny twat is going to get hurt. I mean, he is going to get seriously hurt. When he gets jumped, he falls to the ground immediately, balls himself up into a fetal position, and starts whining and crying. I mean, the guy won't stand up and fight defensively for himself in the videos that I've seen. Hopefully they keep him for a few years in a nice gated community prison. You know what, Mike? I doubt they will put him in prison. I do believe they'll put him in some sort of detention until he pays his fine, and then they will blacklist his blacklist his butt out. The only adjacent country to South Korea by land is North Korea. Oh, you know what? I never thought about it. I could go look at the map, to be honest with you. But Brewmeister, excuse me. Brew, how you doing, young man? Thanks for making the time to drop in. You and Chippy both. Wow. He could drive through the DMZ. That's about it. I don't know if he can drive through the DMZ. All right. I don't think he could get in. Phil says the way out of South Korea by land, unless you go, there's no way out. Yeah. Okay. Hey, he lost in 2020. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Jen Geo, thank you so much. Hit that up style thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for promoting the channel. We're always so grateful for our subscribers and our viewers. But let's get back to this twat. I mean, those of you that are even slightly familiar with this guy, could he be targeting the Philippines next? Would he be stupid enough to do that? Actually, I think he's probably stupid enough. Is he that stupid, though? I don't know. I don't think there's any way that this guy would get, even begin to get away with the crap that he does in the Philippines, somewhere, other places in the Philippines. I just don't believe it. I believe the Philippines would not tolerate it. Now, if you guys are sitting out there and you watch Filipino YouTube channels, all right, we do not watch, Arlen does, but they're not this kind of stuff. Do Filipinos have nuisance vloggers? Has anybody ever seen that? I mean, this guy gets in fights in restaurants. He does all kinds of crap. Johnny Somali may get a fight to the Philippines. However, I don't think he would make it through immigration. Philly, I was thinking about that earlier. I was wondering if he may have already been blacklisted in the Philippines. where they already know this guy's reputation and everything else. I mean, as far as I know, he doesn't have international charges out there, but he has certainly had charges and been convicted in Japan. He has certainly had charges and found guilty of those charges in Israel. So now it's going to be interesting to see what happens in South Korea, because I believe South Korea is not going to be anywhere near as forgiving as Japan was. My opinion. I could be very, very wrong. Lynn says, I hope so. Yeah, it's not like we need people like that here. It's not like we need Americans, setting bad examples. And these are huge bad examples. I mean, this guy is a pathological liar. He is a sociopath. He is racist. He is xenophobic, at least as he portrays himself that way. And as he portrays him, I mean, he's, put the culture down in all of these countries. He's been culturally insensitive about the historic past of these countries. And I don't mean like when it was formed. I'm talking about when they were liberated, the troubles they went through. I mean, he was twerking and kissing on a statue. I think it was the Statue of Love, Statue of Peace. Anyways, it was a statue for remembering the slavery that women were subjected to in South Korea during World War II. And then he turns around and says, well, I didn't know it was, culturally insensitive. That's not how I meant it. This is a public place. How can he not know? No, that's bullshit. We all know. Everybody in this room knows it. Okay? Everybody in this room knows, that not that particular statue, but the fact that you would go to any public statue that represents an historical position for a country and, act like you're having sex with it, kissing on it, feeling it. You got to know that's culturally insensitive. Okay? He's a liar. He's a blatant liar. You know what? Johnny Somali, it's daytime over there. And if you're watching this, come on. Come join up on the panel. I'll put that link down below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, you will have to behave, all right? I'm not going to take any shit at all from you, but if you can answer responsibly, sure. So it happens. It really and truly does. Expat crap. Hello, EC. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. So what happens? Is there a limit, number one, globally? All right. And then number two, could he get away with that crap in the Philippines? And if he got caught doing that crap in the Philippines, what do you think would happen? Expats get real. Hi, guys. How you doing? Hope you have a great day. Kind of like Ozzy Osbourne pissing on the Alamo. And yeah, that's true. That is true. But that was a more of a, well, you know what? It was certainly disrespectful to the people who lost their lives there. It was certainly disrespectful to its cultural history. That's for sure. I think he should have just snacked on another bat, to be honest with you. Ozzy's looking rough nowadays. Brian says, if Ozzy can get banned for urinating at the Alamo, Johnny can get banned. Yeah, well, he's banned from YouTube. He is banned from YouTube, and I think he is banned from Kick or Twitch. He's been suspended on all of them, then banned on all of them, and then turned around and appealed it and was reinstated. But I think he is now banned on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But I could be wrong. I certainly could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Chippy says it was the Comfort Woman statue, sore point. Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely was. Okay? You know, there's nothing wrong with being a hooker, but when you're forced to be a hooker, I think that's a bad deal. All right? And they were abused. I mean, you know, it wasn't just the services that they had to do and everything else. There you go. Have a nice day. Phil, is he in jail? As of the last thing I saw, he is under investigation for charges. Okay? Whether that means jail time or not, I don't know. But as of yesterday, he did a video where he was apologizing, so he wasn't in jail yet. Will he go to jail soon? I think he's going to be held in detention at a minimum. Expats go, the Comfort Women statue of Manila was purposefully removed. Really? Expat, tell us about it. I don't know anything about that. Does he have a big following? What platform? You know what, Philly? He does have a big following. I mean, just like you get, or we get, or anyone gets large numbers when drama is done here in the Philippines, he was getting big numbers. Back when he was streaming his bullshit in Japan on YouTube and on Twitch, he was getting huge numbers. And I'm going to tell you, he made his money on PayPal, on Buy Me a Coffee, and on donations. Okay? He didn't make his money on views, but and it was a large number. I mean, you know, it would not be uncommon. I saw a replay of a Twitch stream that he did, and there were over 1,000 people in his stream. Now, is that his real, you know, by that time he was banned on YouTube, so he didn't have a way for me to measure it or to see what was going on. If he has big numbers, that kind tell you the type of people backing him. No, you're right. You're right, Brian. There are people out there that are just looking for drama. Comfort women were raped. Yes, Lynn, they were. They were, and it was terrible, and it was wrong, and that's all there is to it. Expats again. Kissing ass for Japan trying to remove history. Huh. That's interesting. So you're saying that the Comfort Women statue in Manila was removed as an ass-kissing step between Japan and Philippines. Expat Mike. Expat Grab. Well, will Mike be returning to YouTube? I have no idea. I haven't spoken to Mike or heard from Mike in quite a while. So I don't know, and that's up to him. I have no idea. I really and truly don't. Phil says they need to ship him back to the U.S., blacklisted from traveling out of the U.S. You know, I'm not sure that the U.S. government's in a hurry to get him back. I mean, I doubt they will. I guess this guy probably doesn't even make a blip on the radar for the government officials. But I can tell you, there's not a lot of people out there. Chippy Whiska, so generous. Thank you so much. That's so generous. Thank you. the super chat. Just like Mike with super chats, really. Chippy's such a generous guy and a nice guy, too. Expats get real. Investigate the comfort statue. I will. That's something I'd take a look at because I would wonder. There was a period of time where the Philippine government was in deep conversations that turned out to be very productive with the Japanese government on financing for the railway system. So maybe it is or isn't. I don't know. Expat Grab, maybe a better question is to me, do I miss Mike and would you like to see him return? Would I like to see him return? Sure. Why wouldn't I? Some of his content I totally agreed with. Some of his content I did not agree with. I mean, you can take a look right there. And if you look down towards the bottom there, we do not want to see people talking about other people's kids, parents, spouses, or family. All right? Mike knew how I felt about that. He knew I didn't like it. All right? Was I a moderator on his channel? Yes, I was. I moderate several channels. All right? I don't do it because I did, feel that, I moderate for Philly in the Philippines, but I'm not in love with him or his wife. Lot, sweet woman, very nice. Okay? But would I like to see him return? You know what? He had changed his format to doing reaction videos to Philippine blogs. And that doesn't interest me at all. As you see, I like channels, whether I agree with them or not. I like channels that are informative. And when he's doing this stuff in Tagalog, I just don't. The other thing that I don't particularly care for are people that translate from Tagalog to English. Number one, it doesn't interest me, but number two, it's boring. It's really boring, in my opinion. I mean, there are people, and it's worthwhile to some people, but there are people out there that just don't bore me with those things. Expats Ghetto, thank you, sir, for the news. Oh, it's great. Expat crap. He left a hole in the community. Well, I think that anytime a large blogger, he had his own very devoted audience. Period. End of story. All right. Do I agree all of it? No. And in fact, that's how Mike and I actually met, was having an argument over content that he put out. All right. That I didn't agree with. Expat Grab, there was a place for his nonsense and we all miss him. I know a lot of people that miss him. Honestly, I do. Okay. Like him or love him. It's, life is what it is. It really and truly is. He says, Expat Crap says, I know people who have learned the language and they're still having same issues as the rest of us. So it's culture, not the language. That too is a big issue, obviously. Brian says, could Mike and Andy be preparing for a big comeback? Philly, anything is possible. And first off, before I go any further, let me say this. 60 people in the room at 34 minutes. For a channel of our size, a small channel like ours, that's a big number, and we appreciate all of you that are watching. Please don't hesitate to question, to comment, to join the panel. If they know you can speak the language, they just make sure you're not in the room, but still do the same thing to you, Expat Crap says. And probably, but you won't know it because you don't speak the language. You could just pretend to not speak the language. Maybe that's what it is. Okay? And actually, I know a couple Westerners that do speak reasonably well Tagalog or knowledgeably well Tagalog. that always pretend they don't understand a word. So it could be what it is. If you click on that link below, it'll take you to the green room for our live stream panel. You're welcome to join. Be happy to talk about Johnny or anything else that's about nuisance bloggers. I think the big question, Chippy says, I think the big question is, where is Navy Guy? Please stay on topic. You know, I haven't seen, I forget his name now. God, it's been so long since I've seen him. Now, he's in Phoenix also. He was in the Scottsdale area of Phoenix. I don't know. If he held on to his Bitcoin, he's rolling in money right now, more than likely. I don't know. I think he was converting everything to gold, but I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him around. AJ, oh my God, AJ and the supervisor are here. Aloha, Mike and Arlen. Aloha, everyone else. How you doing, AJ? Jeez, you know what? For us to interrupt AJ's most productive part of the day, which would be his morning where he's getting stuff done around his home and his land and his farm and everything else. And then it's going to be time for him to feed the supervisor and a couple of his other animals. So thanks for taking the time to drop in, AJ. We really appreciate it. Philly in the Philippines. Hey, Chippy Whiska, good question. Where is Navy Guy? I do not know. Tindergate. Gino flew back to Arizona immediately the day after hit him and Johnny got assaulted in Korea. Well, you know what? I would have been the hell out of there too. I mean, you know, and Gino is the guy that was running around filming Johnny, all right? One of his little compatriots or whatever you want to call it. And he's as guilty as the other as far as I'm concerned. You're part of the production. Chippy says he probably had chocolate covered gold. That'd be nice. Just lick your gold. La, 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 la. Yeah. How many licks does it take to get through a bar of solid gold? I don't know, but maybe we could ask him. God, I can't remember this guy's name. I just can't remember his name, Navy Guy. Johnny Somali should be thrown in jail by the South Korean government. He should be. He should be. And you know, he should be grateful. I'll tell you why. Korean jail is going to be a lot better and nicer than jail in most any other country for a foreigner. You know, what can you imagine how long he would last in a Filipino jail? Holy crap. Jackie boy, how you doing, Jackie? Thanks for dropping in. Expat, with the sort of comments Navy Guy was making, he will be a Filipino's dinner as soon as he lands. I got to tell you, I think he would have been a little bit naive for sure, but I think he would have figured it out at some point. Johnny Tindergate says Johnny's server manager was part of the production. He was one who shut down Johnny's channel that had 20,000. He was the one who shut down Johnny's channel that had 20,000 subscribers. Okay. So Tindergate knows more about Johnny than we do. He's probably been following this a lot better. It was entertaining, though, watching Phil mock him. Yeah, expat, it was. I think the people helping Johnny keep his server online to do what he does should be looked into. I think so. At some point, you have to say, am I part of the problem or am I a part of the solution? And being any part of Johnny's crap is being a part of the problem. So there's the link below if you'd like to join up and tell us more. Tindergate, give us a ringy-dingy there and let us know. I mean, it seems like you know a lot more about it certainly more than I do. Johnny Somali won't make it out alive in the Philippines. Jackie, I agree. I agree. You know where he'd have one guy jump him in Korea and one guy jump him in Japan? In the Philippines, there would be a whole group of guys. AJ says Johnny Somali wants to come to the Philippines and he'll be thrown in jail quick, besides getting beaten up. He's going to get beat up before he gets to jail, and then he's going to be beat up once he gets in jail. Tindergate, I agree 100%. Great. I'm going to have to look up Tindergate. He's got some headphones there. I wonder if he has a channel. All right. I'd be interested to see, because he certainly knows more than I do about Johnny. Chippy Whiska, the foreigner jail is south of Seoul. Not so great, but like probably Shangri-La compared to the Philippines. You know what? I think a lot of places would be like Shangri-La compared to the Philippines. I don't think I'd want to be in a Cambodian jail. I don't think I'd want to be in a Filipino jail. And we won't even talk about the Middle East or some other places. That's just all there is to it. You know, the point that I guess I'm trying to drive home here is, what is it that drives these people to do this? And is he the only one? Are there others that just have never come up on my radar or in my feed? And then finally, does anybody know of or seen a Filipino channel that does that? I can't think of any offhand. I really and truly cannot. Like I said, there are people here in the Philippines, there are Westerners that do not get along with other Westerners. They have a difference of opinion. Their beliefs are different. Their thoughts are different. Okay? Their ideology is different. They don't agree. One person's channel is another person's trash. Okay, fine. You know, YouTube is an open platform. You should be able to express within the levels of maturity, you know, how you feel. And you open your channel to comment, you know, and that's all there is to it. And you have to take the good with the bad. But I don't know anybody like Johnny Somali in the Philippines. Expat crap. I tend to not watch Filipino channels, just like most of them not watch ours unless they secretly. Yeah, expat crap. I am sure that there are good Filipino and Filipina channels. I just don't speak Tagalog and don't know. That's all there is to it. I am sure you know what? There are probably better Filipino channels that are better than all of the expat channels put together. I wouldn't doubt it. All right. But I don't speak Tagalog, so I don't follow them. Mike says, got to put Junior to high alert. Mike, I think, Mike, are you referring to Junior over on Walking Street? You know, he'd be a big target. You know, Somalia. Man, I got to tell you, I don't think Johnny Somali, I think he knows he would never be able to get away with that shit here. It's a lack of old school work ethic, Chippy says, trying to make easy money. It is. It is. And that's, you know, I mean, whether you say it is work or a hobby or whatever, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into a YouTube channel that posts on a routine basis or does live streams or, you know, tries to express what their life is like. That's a lot of effort. I mean, I know that Brian has got it down pretty pat, Philly in the Philippines, but there's a lot of effort to put forward the videos that he puts out as often as he puts them out. And by the way, Brian, that action 4, I think it's action 4. You might have an action 5. The colors on that in the bright sunlight, they are dynamic. Very nice. Very, very nice. Expat Crap. A lot of the channels they watch are comedy. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I really and truly don't. But Expat Crap. Most do not even know who the Filipina P is. That's probably true because it's her channel is aimed at expats or Westerners, okay, or foreigners. All right. Never heard of Johnny Somali. Who is he? Okay, Doc, I will tell you. Johnny Somali is a 24-year-old kid from ASU in Phoenix, Arizona. He's born in Phoenix, Arizona. He has a Somalian, according to his biography, he has a Somalian father, Ethiopian mother. This guy goes and creates as much nuisance in public as he can in foreign countries. He told the Japanese, don't piss. He was on a train telling them that, that kind of attitude, we'll just drop another bomb on like Nagasaki. All right. We'll nuke you. In Israel, he was charged with assaulting a female IDF. He was charged with a couple of different things. He gets in fights. He doesn't get in a fight. I should rephrase that. He doesn't get in fights. He gets his ass whipped. Okay? He literally goes to the ground and curls up in a little fetal position. He's had his ass jumped and whipped in Japan. He's jumped and whipped in Israel. In Japan, they were on the verge of throwing him in jail. He did all these apologies, got fined about $1,400, kicked out of Japan. And that's because he was just very disrespectful. Very, very. He's a racist. He is absolutely a racist. It's all about the views for him. You can Google his name and come up with stuff, or you can do a YouTube search. His material itself is no longer on YouTube. His channel's been deleted off of YouTube. However, there are a lot of people. I mean, there are hundreds of videos out there in YouTube about him, showing him getting his ass kicked. In fact, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to put it in the link below, the channels that will give you the best information about him, all right, as far as I'm concerned. Penguin Z0 or Penguin ZO. I'm going to put the link down below when the live stream is over. I've been watching him since I first started watching YouTube. He started as a gamer. And I'm going to tell you, this guy is not a kid and he is smart, but it is the most entertaining channel I watch. This guy has a way with words, descriptions. He's hilarious. He's a great guy. He has a international electronic gaming sports team. I mean, he's involved in stuff from satire to reality. He's a great channel. Penguin Z, the name Penguin, letter Z, and it's either a 0 or an O after that. I can't tell the difference between a 0 and a O. But I'll put his link down below afterwards. So he has been, in answering to Doc still, he has been banned from leaving South Korea. He's in South Korea, been very disrespectful, violated a lot of cultural norms, and now he isn't in jail, or wasn't as of yesterday. He issued an apology yesterday, which is bullshit. He's done that everywhere. And then once he gets out of wherever he did, he says, oh, that was all bullshit. He is banned. The government has banned him from leaving South Korea. Okay? He is supposedly locked into South Korea until they decide whether they're going to process or whether they're going to proceed with charges. He's being investigated. All right. YouTubers in South Korea literally have a bounty on his head. Okay. It is, it's a horror story. It really is. Expat crap. It's only the few girlfriends the existing YouTubers bring in, like Old Dog's wife. Yeah. In general, Filipinos do not watch us. I would agree. I mean, why would they want to know what we're doing unless they're pursuing a potential relationship target? Jackie Boy says, do you believe Johnny Somali going to start a race war? They say that on voice call group and Discord. I don't think so. I mean, are they going to? I don't think so. I really and truly don't. Barb Wire. How you doing, Barb Wire? Thanks for joining us. As a Black American, Johnny does not represent us at all. So Korea, do as you please. In other words, screw him. Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't represent Americans, and he doesn't represent men of color. Absolutely not. I have many, many men of color acquaintances and friends, and none of them come even close to him. No, it's just the straight degenerate behavior of the West, Jose Rodriguez says. It's possible. Johnny Somali went to jail briefly in Japan, got arrested in Israel afterwards, and then in South Korea, he's banned from leaving to the event. Yeah, AJ's summarizing it quite well. I don't know if Johnny Somali is a racist, more like an asshole. Well, he uses race to bait. Okay? So, Yoda Jedi, Penguin Z0. Yeah, thanks for spelling it out. Is that a 0 or an O? But I got to tell you, he is my favorite YouTuber. Absolute favorite. Ripple effect. He could always go to North Korea. Indeed, he could. Fortunately for him, it's a pro-U.S. government. He'll get booted out. I think you're right, Chippy. I think he'll have a fine imposed and booted. He's a racist on other video. He said he wanted to exterminate all Asians like us. Wow. I never saw that. Shit. I don't follow the guy. I don't watch him. I just watch the drama occasionally that drums up from it. Let me push this back out, paste, and there's the link if you'd like to cam up. Okay. Wow. Still there, 60 at 54 minutes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Barbar says he's getting paid by other degenerates to crash out. Hopefully he doesn't get deleted on stream. I do not know. I honestly do not know. I know that he's got to be making money from PayPal, from Buy Me a Coffee, from Venmo, from all kinds of different sources. All right. I can't imagine that he made much on monetization in YouTube due to all of the crap that he did. And then finally, YouTube banned his ass, or his, I don't know, somebody else up above, I can't remember his name now, Tindergate. Tindergate says that it was actually his server manager that deleted his channel off of YouTube. I don't know. All I do know is that the guy is walking trouble. It's water. There's no soda. There's no alcohol. It's just plain water. Even so, it's a little early in the morning to be drinking for anybody, as far as I know. But yeah, he is just that's just the way he is. All right. I can imagine that if he were here, he wouldn't last 2 weeks. He'd get jumped and beaten. Philly in the Philly. Maybe mommy and daddy are financing his trial. You know what, Brian? It's true. Maybe he's a trust fund kid. Maybe he's just got a lot of family money. Maybe, who knows? Yeah, Lynn, he's facing 10 years for the charges that they're investigating. So if they press those charges and if he gets convicted of those charges, the maximum sentence is 10 years. That's the understanding that I have of it. Where it's going to end up, don't know. Barbed wire, does his parents even know what's going on? I can't help but think they don't know. I mean, the guy, how do you FaceTime with mom and dad and your brothers or whatever with a black eye and people don't know you're not getting your ass kicked? I mean, if I was a 24-year-old kid and fresh out of college and I was traveling to countries overseas, I would imagine my parents would want to keep an eye on me or at least hear from me. So, yeah. Expat crap. Any news on the kid, Elliot, who went missing? There's a lot of crap out there, expat crap. I mean, the wife has finally put some stuff out, but have they found him? No. Has there been a ransom? Best of my knowledge, as of couple days ago, no. Is it going to be a ransom? I got no idea. All right. I doubt it. And in my personal opinion, they're never going to find this guy. That's my he's been gone too long without a ransom. So I don't think it was a kidnapping as much as it was an abduction. Barbed wire. If he came to America and did this, he would be found somewhere in the woods. No kidding. I bet you know what? He wouldn't get away with that shit in a lot of places. Mike Mousen, can I interest you in a larger coffee mug? Wow. Chippy Whiska, so generous. Another super chat. You know what, Chippy? We really appreciate it. We are so honored to have great viewers and great subscribers. And those of you that do super chats, we just really appreciate it. We know you work hard for your money, or you did work hard for your money if you're retired or whatever. Money is not free, period, end of story. Jose Rodriguez, he's not the first guy doing stuff like that. There was another kid in the UK. Really? I didn't know that, Jose. I really didn't. That's interesting. Is that kid still around? Was he successful? Can you tell us anything about it? We should stop giving away participation trophies in America because it's creating kids. You know what, Brian? I'm going to have to admit, you're right. I am the first person to disagree with participation trophies. I really and truly am. Expat crap. I understand, so people saying stuff, but nothing actually. Exactly. A lot of stuff being said out there, and that's kind of the difference in our channel and other channels. We don't promote what other people are saying because we don't want to be a part of the rumor mill. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place and a venue for it. But that's not what our channel's about. And I don't fault other channels for doing that. They are they are portraying the news and information as they get it. I just don't have time to deal with that. You know what? We answer or acknowledge every comment we get. If we were involved in that kind of drama, my life is busy enough as it is. Xmas, I understand, so people, but nothing's actually changed. I got that. All right. Probably want public to think something is happening when in reality, not any. They're just milking it when it's repeating the same news. Okay. There are those people that put out new news. There's people that just repeat the same news. So when they're just repeating the same news that they've already put out, then it's just clicks. It's just money. That's all there is to it. I thank God we don't do YouTube as a viable source of income for our life. Do we like the money it generates, the mere pittance I get or we get? Sure. Who doesn't like money? But is it something, if Arlen came to me tomorrow or today, it's early yet. If Arlen came to me today and said, Mike, I am tired of the drama that trolls put out there. I really wish we weren't on YouTube. That would be the end of it. Right there, right then. It wouldn't break my heart. I mean, a lot of the folks, that today, subscribers and viewers, all right, that have been with us for a long time, that help support us, we absolutely would miss. But we could stay in contact with them on Discord. All right. We're in Discord and we stay in contact with them. And I like Discord. It allows a little bit more freedom of speech than YouTube does. But it's not a financial product. Jose, no, if he did that in America, they would be celebrating. I think Jose brings up, I think that's actually a really interesting comment. Yes, because it's different, would they be celebrating him? All right. That's just like, I would get in trouble in some of the comparisons that I would use. But yes, nuisance people are a pain in the ass. Chippy says, I only get a ribbon. Jose, he was on the Pierce Morgan show a couple years ago. I don't know who he was, Jose. I really don't. I don't. I wish I did. That'd be interesting to know that he was, Somalia is not the first guy to do it, Somali. Jose Rodriguez, are you sure he was doing some over-the-top-ish in other countries that would not fly there? Are you sure he was doing some over-the-top-ish? I don't know, barbed wire. Jose really think his actions affect how other countries feel about outsiders, and I want to go to Japan. That's my dream. You know what? I don't believe the Japanese feel the same way. But something? Once you get to Japan, let us know, Jose. Once you get to, let us know. That'd be interesting. Bruce Davis, hey Mike, how you doing, Bruce? Thanks for dropping in. How's things going? Focus on JR. Wow. Good morning, JR. Where are you? Kind of like, where's Waldo? I got no idea. I can't keep up with JR. And I have to put his videos. I help support. I watch every video JR puts out. I don't always comment, but I'm telling you, if I'm not careful, I have to eat breakfast before I watched JR's videos. If you watch JR's videos, they find some of the best food, and they do some beautiful work as well. Culturally, some great work. Barbed wire, you're right. I agree. Jackie Boy, our Philippine journey. I love what you're doing right now, talking about Johnny Somali coming to the Philippines. I don't want him to damage our culture, peace, history. You know what, Jackie? If you're a Filipino, and I suspect maybe you might be, or at least part Filipino, Johnny Somalia should be shot. Shot. That's terrible. He would damage it. He really would. And I would be upset. I certainly understand it. Philly says, remember that kid in the Philippines about a year ago that was doing that crazy shock video? They arrested him when he pulled that stunt with an underage girl. I think I know who you're talking about. I thought his shock video was more about girls and things like that, not necessarily about the culture, but maybe I'm remembering somebody else, Philly. AJ, all it'll take is Arlen to throw all the pillows at you during a live stream. Don't say that. I know Arlen is in the other room and on either an iPad or a phone or the TV, she's got this on. Don't give her any ideas. Philly in the Philippines, no hi for me. My plastic heart is broken. Yeah. He said hi. Where'd it go? Morning. Oh, maybe not. Good morning, Chippy. Philly is here. Yep, Philly drops in once in a while, and I'm grateful for it. To those in the Philippines, if he comes and causes chaos, do what you got to do. He does not. Barbed wire, the problem is that, we as expats, as foreigners in the Philippines, can get in trouble even defending the Philippines and its culture physically with somebody else. We can't be out going around fighting. Chippy, Philly Kings or something, that expat Kings. Expat crap. Remember that time you got me them bar girls while your missus was out having, hey, you must be talking about Philly. You must be talking about Philly. JR saying good morning. And everybody else, everybody says good morning to JR and his wife. So either way, where we end up looking at how people's behavior impacts you as a culture in another foreign culture. That also is an interesting concept. How much damage does Somali do when it comes to Americans? Is he representative? Do foreigners in other countries where he's acting up, do they have a negative taste in their mouth towards Americans? Do you think that the Somali makes them think that way? Mike OBJ, Pokey Germ. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And there was a big debate over whether it was a setup, whether it was real. Absolutely. So he's in jail. Wow. Just wow. I don't even know how to otherwise respond to it. I got to be honest with you, because that happened a while back. I bet he's lost a little bit of weight. I just want all people of all culture to know we're not with him, and those who are in need to be checked. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We're not with him. This guy is a nuisance, period. I'll put that link back up. If there's anybody in the channel that would like to join up and be on the panel and have a discussion with the chat room from the panel where they can speak freely, please do. Absolutely. Let me put this up real quick. Those are the guidelines for you to join up on the panel. No excessive trolling with unsupportive statements will get you in timeout. You must show your face during your time. I don't do or allow faceless panel members. You can show your face, leave for a minute to hit the head, eat a snack. But for the vast majority, you got to show your face so I know you are who you are. YouTube and our channel is not a democracy. It's not free speech, okay? It's not guaranteed. We have limits. Barbed wire, it's free. There's no money. It doesn't cost a penny whatsoever. You don't have to have money to chat. Finally, we don't want to see, and this is what's really important, I don't want to see people talking about other people's kids, parents, spouses, or family. All right? This is meant to be a productive, positive experience for everybody. Expat crap. I don't do face, so I just listen. I understand. Some people don't, and I don't blame them at all. Focus on Asia. JR says doing pranks is one thing. Doing the disrespectful thing Somali does should get him banned from countries to the point he can't travel anywhere but within the states. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, barbed wire. I'd show my face. How do I get in? All you got to do is click on that link and follow the instructions. Okay? And make sure your camera is on, because I won't bring you in unless, you'll come into what's called the green room. And in that green room, I'll see you and turn around. I'll bring you in. Not a problem. Bruce Davis. Hi, expat crap. Jose Rodriguez, I definitely have a negative taste in my mouth. I live in New York City. When I see the same trash here overseas, it boils my blood because I'm from the Dominican Republic and seen what tourists turned that place into. You know something, Jose? I remember the Dominican Republic from 40 years ago. And I remember it again from 10 years ago. And tourism has really, I think, hurt the Dominican Republic. That's just my opinion. It was just based on what I saw. One of my, we'll just leave it at that. So let's see here. All right. So barbed wire, you got to turn your camera on. I don't see you. He's in the green room, but I still don't see him. So once his face shows up, we'll bring him in on the panel. Sup, Bruce? How funny is Honey Buns? Is Honey Buns up? There we go. There we go. Wait a minute. And boom. He's in the green room, but I still don't see him.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you, but you'll have to turn down your volume. The volume you're getting.
Bruce, how funny is Honey
Yeah, we
Bun?
hear your channel.
Is Honey Bun? Here we go.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your volume is fine. Just turn down the volume of the video that you're watching.
Can you see me? Of the video.
I see you, but you'll have to turn down your volume.
I'll be high and I can
volume
tell
of your
because it's
nonsense
coming
money
through
is
after you
coming
say
through your
something.
channel.
Right. Yeah. There's a little lag between the video and the actual channel, but turn down the channel volume.
I just turned down the volume of the.
There you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. We hear you. How you doing?
I'm fine, man. I'm just trying to figure out how would we go about solving a problem like Johnny Somali?
Well, I don't think we can solve a problem, but if you throw his ass in jail in these foreign countries and you keep him there for a while, it might cure him. He might get a different outlook.
Yeah, I understand that, but you have people like him that look at his way of doing things and they try to copy.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's why there's actually a term. There are nuisance bloggers. Um, Part of the problem might be parenting. His parents didn't beat the shit out of him once in a while. I don't know. I mean, he's extremely disrespectful.
I'm thinking maybe he came into money, so he got money, so he can go anywhere he want to go and do what he want to do, and his money will get him out of this situation. But you have to know these people's laws and the way they move and the way they do things, and he's not showing that he has that, what I'm saying, comprehension behind him. You
I
get what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. He doesn't understand their culture, or perhaps he is smart enough to understand their culture, knows how offensive he is, and this is his way of making money and he doesn't care. I mean, once you've been kicked out of
Well,
three
he's
other
doing it on
countries,
purpose, obviously.
yeah, I mean, once you've been kicked out of three
Is
other
a is a
countries,
major lag. Is a major lag where I'm at.
uh, I'm sorry. Um, Once you get kicked out of three different countries, shouldn't you have learned a lesson by then?
Right.
Shouldn't you have understood there may be cultural differences?
No, he knows these things. He's doing it because people are paying him to make a fool of himself. And my thing is, out of just human nature, just period. When you know better than, like we know right from wrong, everybody on this planet. When you're born, when things happen, you feel it. It feels right or it feels wrong. When you touch the stove, your mama tell you don't put your hand on the stove. When you do it again, you know what I'm saying? You either learn or you don't. So he put his hand on the stove one time. You get what I'm saying? So what would make you do it again? You get what I'm saying? Like that means that you are purposely going out of your way to be a nuisance to people. And when you do that, that makes other people think, especially when they look at my, okay, everybody that come over here, or even if they stay, oh, that's how they are, or that's how they are in America, and we do not agree with that. Or most people that I know do not agree with that. Now, the younger generation, they're gonna do what they want to do because they're younger. And when you get a certain age, you don't listen to your parents when they tell you to calm down or to sit your ass down or to stay put. But at the same time, that's when the consequences come in when you don't listen. So he's been running across the consequences, and he's even said it himself in a video. I don't care. So how do you deal with a person like that? Even if they do lock him up, let's just say they do lock him up. Say he get out 5 years from now. Say he start doing the same thing because he think he gonna get clout because he been locked up for so long. How do you deal with somebody like that? Because that could cause one person could see that could go higher and higher and higher, and it could lead down to some, okay, that's what we think of all of them, let's solve this problem in the wrong way.
Barbed wire, I think you're right. And I don't have an answer that is realistic as to how you would deal with it. I mean, how do you solve it? Um, I don't have a good answer for that. I know what would work for me as a kid. I would know that if I got my ass whipped for doing something wrong, I would have learned a lesson
Right.
not to get my ass whipped anymore. But you know, this guy gets his butt kicked everywhere he goes.
Exactly.
So I mean, you know,
Exactly.
um,
So that's my question. Somebody that's willing to, you know what I'm saying? He's willing to go through it. He's willing to get his ass whooped. How do you deal with that? And like you say, we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, I have I I was a former gangbanger and all that stuff, and I did people wrong, and I asked for forgiveness, and I did what I had to do and all that stuff. But it's people like this that make me look at my life and go like, wow, like how do you not learn? How do you not learn? You,
but
is there at one point in time something has to happen to you to where you can learn, and it shouldn't have to be a life or death experience, but something out of all the stuff he's been through. You know, every fight that you go through is technically a life and death experience. One punch could
exactly,
take you out of here. So
you bet.
he's willing to go through all of that to, you know what I'm saying, to get views for $5 a clip,
You know,
just for somebody to say, hey, post a picture of Hiroshima or Teddy, and you get on a train and you get what I'm saying.
yeah,
So who are these people? We need to whoever in our government. I mean, they need to investigate who that in real life. That's what I really feel, because y'all either want him to get deleted on screen. I'm gonna say it that way. You either want him to get deleted on screen, or you just willing to see him get his ass whipped every day, and he's willing to do it. That's the
exactly.
confusing part.
You know, he's willing to get his ass kicked for money. That's the first issue. The second issue is, um, I think the guy has an issue mentally. I mean, you can't want, it's not healthy to want to be okay with taking the risk he takes. You know, you said it very well. Every fight you get into is possibly life and death. And
Right.
he's willing to do that. And for you to be willing to do that routinely, then you know there's something wrong in your mind. I mean, here's a good. Where are you from? What city were you raised?
I'm from Virginia. I'm from Virginia
Virginia. Where in Virginia?
in
What
America.
city?
Right now I'm located in Virginia Beach.
Oh, I had a very interesting time in Virginia Beach many years ago. But
Yeah.
what city were you raised in?
I was raised originally in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay. So Chesapeake, I can't give a good example of, but let's pretend you were
Oh, I can
raised
give you
in.
plenty of good. I can give you plenty of good. You know about Norfolk, Portsmouth.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you right now,
Richmond.
if you went down to the shipyards in Portsmouth and you
Right.
disrespected the longshoremen and said you people are this, that, and the other, he'd get his ass whipped with a tire iron.
Okay, look at it like this. I'm from Virginia. I'm here. Um, I've lived in damn near every hood out here, and I'm pretty sure, other than those nuisance streamers that do the prank, at least when they do the pranks, some of the people be in on it. But if he was to do what he did, what he's doing out here, like to the extreme that he's doing, it wouldn't be no, oh, bro, it's a prank, it's a prank. Because I don't see the prank at all in anywhere in what he's doing. So where does the punchline come in? I seen another streamer say that. Where does the punchline come in? When does the prank start and when does it begin? It's not pranks. He's not doing pranks. He's literally throwing his life on the line in other countries, and he's claiming he doesn't care. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so is he really looking for something that I think he's looking for something that happened to? Like, I don't know if I don't. What's a martyr? I mean, well, in order to be a martyr, you have to be fighting for something. So he's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So what is he looking for? You're being an open racist on stream, first of all. And most of the younger generation of Americans that I know, man, we don't give a fuck about being racist. Excuse me for cussing. We don't care about being racist, man. We trying to get over this stuff. It just started, as a matter of fact, it just started coming back up. You get what I'm saying? Other than
Yes.
us learning from it in middle school and high school, you get what I'm saying? Like, we don't care. Don't nobody care about being racist. So now you come from here and now you say you're representing America. You know what I'm saying? And you go elsewhere. You can cause it, anybody in a higher level than where we are can look at what you're saying and say, "Oh, that's how America is." You know what? Fuck America. You get what I'm saying? And we not on that. We trying to live we can barely make it as we are. You get what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You causing problems in other countries don't make it look at us no better. Especially my color of people, it doesn't make us look any better at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say whoever has them or whoever get them next, keep them. Do what you want to
Keep
do
him.
with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do with them.
Well, you're not
That's
the
all I'm
first.
saying.
You're not the first person to say, "I hope somebody keeps him. Don't let him come back to America. That he doesn't deserve to come back to America. That he doesn't represent American values, and that he has a mental issue." Is he a sociopath? Yes. Is he a narcissist? Yes. Is he a pathological liar? Yes. Okay. I could go on with more attributes, but you don't need to do that. The point with all of it is that is he just doing it for money or is he just off? Is he actually off in his head? Chippy Whiskas says
Okay.
keep him.
Okay. I used to hang with a guy that used to semi act like him, and to me, it was a mental problem. To me, I don't know. I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or whatever, but I don't know what he's dealing with or what he's trying. Other than getting views, I believe personally that the type of things that he's doing, I believe is not even partly mental. It's got to be like some kind of mental. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like you said, a sociopath or whatever. That's a mental issue. You
Yeah.
get to me. You know what I'm saying? If not, then let me know. But that could lead to him being a what you call it he's like a serial killer, but he just ain't killed nobody yet. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just causing problems now, but what is it going to lead to later down the line? You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
and
Like,
that's now.
if we was to just let him go, just let him be him, he
Now
travel all over the world. What would you do aside from these people have? Imagine him going to a country and and they have a law or something like basically disrespect towards this and or that will get you killed. He won't go there. He won't go to them. I guarantee you he won't go to them countries. I guarantee you he won't go
But
there.
all right,
I
so
guarantee you.
you said something a minute ago, and it brought to my mind something I haven't even addressed. Okay, and that is this kid in his biography. He says he has a bachelor's degree from Arizona State University. Okay, now it's not the
A
most. It
bachelor's
is
degree in what?
well. I don't remember, to be honest. Okay,
Okay.
but and Arizona State University is not an Ivy League school by any way, shape, or means. It's one of the largest universities in the United States, but it's also known as a huge party school. That being said,
Okay.
how do you
Oh,
think
okay.
how do
Okay.
you think all of his actions, all of the publicity he's gotten, all of the exposure, if he's got a college degree, he's got to have at least this much intelligence, okay? Even if it's a piss poor college, he's got to have this much intelligence. How do you think his future bodes for him. I mean, who's going to hire a guy with that
Well,
history?
I was you just yep, you was just about to say it. I was just about to say, and then you on the internet for everybody to see for forever. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if I were his parents, I would be like, if his parents are
okay,
funding this,
yeah, okay, yeah. Since that's what I was getting to. Okay, you have parents, you have siblings. I don't know if he has siblings or not. You have parents, you have people that, I mean, I guess people care about him. I don't know. We don't, and that part I don't know if people care about him or not. But my thing is, you represent, just like it's like a clan thing. Your last name, you represent your family. So you mean to tell me your legacy is going to be you running around everybody's neighborhood, no matter where you go, and just disrupt it? That's gonna be your legacy. Who's gonna want to have kids with you? Who's gonna want to, you know what I'm saying, do business with you? Who's gonna, because in his family, they're gonna look at this family and say, oh, that's Somali mama, or that's Somali daddy, or whatever his name. That's Johnny mama. That's Johnny. Oh yeah, your son running around here causing chaos. We ain't dealing with y'all. Now next thing, now you put your family in a bad situation. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like not what's the saying, how the saying go, the kids pay for the sins of the fathers. Well, you making the fathers and mothers pay for the sins of the kids. How you go backwards? How do we go backwards? This whole society, since I've been online, which I think is going to be the downfall, is really going backwards. We're going backwards, and not in a good way. Not like the '90s good backwards. We going backwards like on some
I
I can't even describe it. Like, it's just this degeneracy at the fullest, to the fullest extent, and people are paying them to do this. They're
that's
paying them to do $5 here for you to say this, $10 here for you to say that. And guess what? He don't give, because he said he don't give, he gonna do it. So could you expect, if I had my own country, I guarantee you, man, I would, if I was to see my people, like the Koreans, the people that been put, every person that I seen punch, even if I seen it on CCTV, y'all good. Y'all good. Go ahead about y'all business. You disrespected the statue. No, first, hold on. Let's go to Japan first. You told them people, you brung up one of the most disturbing historical passes towards them, and then left on some, I did 3 months. I think he did 3 months in jail. I think, you know what I'm saying? So then you go somewhere else, and then you bring, not only do you disrespect what the statue and all that stuff meant, you got people following you, and look, you not going, you where does this kick in? Where does this kick in? This part. You know what I'm saying? Where God gave us all of this right here, encased in this piece of, in this bone right here. When does it kick in? To,
well,
hey, you know what? He, can you give him a second chance? We gave him a second chance. You went somewhere, you came to Korea and basically did the same thing. That was your second chance. If I was any other country, and anybody that got any info on him on any other country, send it everywhere. Let them people know before they let him out and they get there on site with
yeah,
him. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna leave
well,
it at that. On site with him. That's
I
all I'm saying. I'm
he
gonna
is
leave it at that.
he obviously knows what he's doing. He obviously knows that it's causing a problem. He obviously knows it's sensitive, it's culturally insensitive, it's racially insensitive. He knows all of these, okay? All of these things. And with
Right.
that being said, he continues to do it. He's all just
Okay. Okay.
chasing that
All right.
dollar.
All right. I got one for you. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Look at it. Look at it from my point of view. I'm in America, and in America, we got race, all that stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So imagine somebody coming from here. with all we going through and going somewhere else and making us look like, and I'm talking about my colored people, making us look like, you know what I'm saying, what everybody else probably think, or you get what I'm saying? Like, it don't make, and most black people are loving, caring, help you type people. You get what I'm saying? You can't push nobody, black, white, none of that. You know what I'm saying? To a certain, so you go and you claim you no, not even, he don't even represent America. He says he's Somalian, and somebody said he's not Somalian. So I don't know if he's Somalian or not. You get what I'm saying? That part I don't know. But you representing those people. Think about what it looks like to other people. Think
Yeah.
about what it looks like to other people. Oh, they come over here and they gonna do it. They gonna do it. And it's not they. It's not us. It's not all of us. We want peace where we at. We can't even get peace where we are. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So why
I
would somebody go and misrepresent us everywhere else they go?
I
That's fucked
totally.
up, bro. I mean, that's my bad. That's messed up though, man.
It
You get
is
what I'm
messed
saying?
up. I mean, look, how he how we portray our actions, how our actions portray us, and in many different places. I mean, we live here in the Philippines, and we see the
Okay.
actions of Filipinos, and the
Right.
actions that they portray instill upon us what we think of them. All right. So the Somali guy is exactly the same way. His actions portray men of color in particular, and then in turn Americans as absolute sociopaths. And it's not the case. All right. I mean, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell us a little story here. It's really simple. Okay. When I
Yeah.
was in college, I went to college at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I would come home for the weekends for my buddies. All right. And we would get together. And where would we go? Well, you know what? You're familiar with Krispy Kreme. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So this goes back before they had stores. Okay. There was one place you could buy Krispy Kreme donuts other than the factory in Charlotte. That was the only place. It had like 8 seats and 3 booths. We would go to Krispy Kreme. We'd get 4 or 5 dozen plain glazed donuts. We would stop and pick up a couple of coolers of coffee. We would go down to what was it, Tyrone Street, Trade Street, at one of the central areas, right into the hood. We would, 3 white guys and a brother in the hood at midnight, and we would have the funniest time with these black kids our age. I call them kids now. They were all, teenagers, early 20s. We would sit out there drinking coffee, eating donuts, making fun of the hookers. And we had a blast. All right. That type of racial community doesn't exist anymore, I don't think.
Okay, my thing is, hello?
Yes.
Okay, my thing is, it's a difference between being a comedian and being a nuisance. When you're a comedian, you can joke about stereotypes because you're just joking about what everybody thinks about, because I mean that's how everybody was raised with some type of black people do this, white people do that. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you an example, and don't take offense. This is just an example. Black people like fried chicken, white people don't season their food. That's just a joke. And I've seen plenty of episodes of Hell's Kitchen when I didn't seen white people season their food. You get what I'm saying? So I know,
Yeah.
we know definitely it's just a running joke in America. But when you go to other cultures and you're really putting on that face like y'all do this or y'all do that, or you're just going and blatantly disrespecting people, it's not comedy at that point. You're blatantly being disrespectful and racist. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was to be like right now, hey man, I know you got a thing, a couple watermelon behind you. Oh, we laugh it off. Like, hey, I know you ain't seasoning your chicken. We laugh it off. You know what I'm saying? But if me and you was to go to Japan and be like, fuck, I ain't even gonna say nothing disrespectful. But if we was to go anywhere else and disrespect their culture, it would be a completely different story. And we have examples. I'm just not gonna say none because I'm not on that type time. But with him, he's blatantly going out of his way. And then
Yes.
you have my whole thing is all you people who are paying for it, and in all honesty, middle finger to y'all. All y'all want to see him crash out because y'all really trying to see him get unalived on screen, is what I think, to be honest. Because there's no way you can go to this many places and say he get out and he goes somewhere else. I don't think, in my honest opinion, the next place he goes to, even if he come back here, if the next place he go to, it ain't, I don't think is going, and that's even if he survive whatever he gonna go through over in Korea. But my whole thing is, if they do let him go and he come back, man, he can't do what I guarantee you, he can't do what he's doing over here. And like I say, a lot of the stuff you gotta know between what's fake and what's real. And a lot of stuff they do over here on camera, it be fake. A lot of people be in on it, so it look
Oh
real.
yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
go into those other countries and them people don't act like that, they streamers don't, they might have maybe one or two streamers that act like that, but they don't act like that over there. So when you go over and you kissing, you get what I'm saying? You kissing and humping on
Yeah.
it, and that shit means something to them. Not Lord, I mean, Korea, forget. That stuff means something to them. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Well,
You get what I'm
Jack
saying?
King.
So,
So Jack King, often in the Philippines, made a really great comment earlier. All right. Now he just made this one. The
okay.
clown was born in Phoenix. He has his own Wikipedia page. All right. But Jack also said, let him go to Singapore and try and get away with that shit. They'll beat him to death there. All right. Um, not dead yet. Jeff
I
is in
mean,
the house.
I can't, I don't wish whatever happens. I mean, hey, you know, do what you got to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
my, that's all I say.
I
Because
don't want
if
him.
he was over here, if he was over here and we had any, if he would, any of these statues, I don't care if it's a racist statue, a regular statue, uh, guarantee you, if he was to do that over here, they, if he won't bodied already, they would find his body either in front of the statue, crumbled up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they would be trying to get him medical attention at all times. He would not do that over and over. He would not be able to travel from here and go anywhere else and do that. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. And you know, and I don't know if you're from America, but you know
Yeah.
how we are over here. They don't allow them people to have guns and stuff over there. Luckily, he was just getting punched on. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Luckily,
Well, I'm just
luckily he was just
surprised.
getting
I'm
punched on.
actually
And
surprised.
I
Did
wish,
you see?
Lord,
Did
forgive me.
Did you see the stuff that he did in Israel?
Yeah, yeah. You disturbing them people, and they going through a crisis right now. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna speak on that. I have opinions on that, but I ain't gonna get in on that. But you go over there and cause a nuisance too.
Yeah.
Like what kind, common sense ain't common, is what I was told a long time ago.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? So like I say, to all other um how can I say, to all other cultures and places, if and or when he gets out of, if he come to y'all, all cultures, and I love everybody. I'm a lover. I like anime. I'm an anime person. You know what I'm saying? I drink my beer, I smoke my weed or whatever like that. But To all other cultures, man, I pray, man, that y'all don't show mercy. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. What's up, big bro?
What's up, Bruce?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, Mike. You know, last year I was like getting these weird IRL, people doing like crazy crap, and obviously this gentleman here has already said what they're about and what they do, and make asses of themselves about money. You know, I just don't get it myself. I think personally, a guy like that should never be allowed to go doing that. All right, because there's too much damn hate, and we see it in America. All right, and when you come over to these countries like the Philippines, you go to Japan and stuff. All right, you're a guest, and you need to be respectful. And going and doing all that dancing like a complete fool, it's wrong, man. It's just wrong. It's disrespectful to the people. All right, and I know as a guest of the Philippines, I'm staying here now. I don't go around and do crazy stuff. All right. My
Those
wife would.
those,
My wife
those
would
people
kill.
those people have
But so
enough
basically,
damage going on over there
yeah, go ahead.
and enough recouping that they got to go through over there as it is. So for you to go there and it's like PTSD. You get what I'm saying? It's like PTSD. So if you see something and you go through something and then you bring it back up to you can send them back. So now you go to a country and remind them of like you go to a country and remind them and bring up their past, like that'll make people heat. And then you still got people that are alive from what happened, just like over here and with slavery. You still got people that are alive from slavery. You get what I'm saying? Like my grandma died when she was like 98 or something like that. So she went through something. She actually seen what I didn't see, what we didn't grow up with. And we just now trying to figure our way out of it, even though they're trying to bring us back into it. But when you go to a people that have a bad history with us in the first place, and then you go back and fuck with their culture the way you do, you don't make it no better on nobody over here. And my whole thing is the younger generation that's growing up with me has nothing to do with what the fuck he got going on, because he's just a nuisance. And you know what we do when a roach come in your house? You know what you do? You step on that mug. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, I don't know too many people that keep roaches in their house, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it
We
alone.
got a lot here in
Y'all
the Philippines.
continue.
We got a lot of
I'm just being
cockroaches.
honest, man. Like, and not wishing um hurt or when I'm okay. Hopefully nothing goes too far. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope that somebody is able to come across his. I'm gonna say it like this. Yeah. I hope something or someone is able to come across his path that will help him, understand how humans work. You get what I'm saying? Because you just went over there where people are really willing, like they laws are the way they are, but people are.
Uh
Oh,
oh.
we lost Bob Wire.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
he'll
damn.
he'll come back.
He'll come
If he
back.
comes back, we'll put him back in. That's not a problem at all. Oh, there he comes.
Crazy. I just think it's crazy, Mike. I watched. I never watched like any of that IRL stuff, man. Like it was weird, and the stuff that they do is like, are you kidding me? And then you're going out of the country of the U.S. and doing it. Like,
I
yeah, that guy, man. Ugh, he took things too far.
Yeah. So JR says Somalia is very lucky to get out of South Korea mostly unharmed. In Japan, people are more introverts, but in South Korea, looks like a lot more likely to whip his ass. And JR's right. There's a big difference between Japan and South Korea. South Korea, I got a feeling he is going to get in significant trouble. I don't know what it's going to be, but he's gotten his, there's actually a bounty on this guy's head by other YouTubers in South Korea. South Korean YouTubers have actually put a bounty on his head. Okay. How you deal with it, I got no idea. Let me catch up here. Not dead yet. Jeff is here. CB's been in there. There was somebody else though that Kahana is here. Jeffrey Searle is here. Thanks so much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Just trying to get things going. At this point, I don't know what happens to Somali. I really and truly do not. But you deal with what you deal with. The boss is here too. Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Okay.
So you guys are in Angeles City now, right?
We're just in here. We're leaving tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Back out to the province. So
right.
we've been here. Geez, like what has it been, about a week or so, week and a half, something like that.
Yeah, I apologize. So, yeah. I've been having a lot of tests done, and so right. We've been busy at the hospital and some other stuff. Michael Talbon is here. How you doing, Michael? Thanks for joining us. Leroy says, it's amazing he made it out of Japan without the Yakuza. It is. It really is. And I think that whole video and everything that he did about the Yakuza, I think that was staged up. I'm not sure I believed in it. Hi, Bruce. Did you get a chance to go? Oh, Michael, let's not be rude. California Bear, did you see Chris Moritz on Tucker? Very crazy about California. I'm not familiar with it, Jeff, so I can't comment on it, but maybe Bear knows more about what you're talking about. I don't.
But yeah, I got a thing from Ruby. Me and the wife met Ruby and her husband. I actually got some stuff when I come back here again in a couple weeks for the visa that I have to do again. But she gave me a thing. Somebody that like she knows. I think it's in her family or something. That's like a really good dentist. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get evaluated, see what they say. And then if she thinks I need to do something, then I'll decide from there. Yeah. So, which is cool. But she gave me a thing that like she knows. I think it's in her family.
Okay, so barbed wire, you're going to need to turn the volume on your YouTube down because that's all we hear.
Is that good?
Yep, that is perfect. That is perfect.
All right.
So JR says countries should erect a Johnny Somali legislation and ban jackasses like him. There should, but you know what though? JR brings up a very interesting point, and that is should we as the United States enact some legislation about acting like a mature individual? Should there be something like that?
Can't they revoke his passport?
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't. I don't know. I mean, you got to have a reason to revoke his passport.
They got hell of reasons.
But it's not. You know what? In the United States, I don't know that he's broken a law in the United States. I mean, think about it for a second. No, really and truly, barbed wire. Think about it for a second. If he was to drive up to Washington, D.C., all right, climb on top of the Jefferson Monument, you pull his unit out and have oral copulation with the most he'd get charged with is going to be indecent exposure, I bet.
Oh no, man. See, we need a lawyer on the line now.
Hang
We
on.
need a
I'll
lawyer
tell
on
you
the
what.
line. I'm trying to.
I'm going to let you guys talk for just a second. I got to run in the other room and get some medications that I'm late for taking. I'll be right back. You guys just carry on. I'll be right back.
Okay,
All right.
okay. All right. So my dude, what in this case, your own country, what would you do with him? Honestly,
I mean,
if it was your
if the
country
guy's doing, if it was my
doing the
country,
same thing,
he'd be gone. He'd be gone.
everything he did.
He'd be gone. He'd be gone, or maybe like how you said it. Just let the people do. I didn't see anything. Carry on with your business. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like we know right from wrong. He knows right from wrong. All right. Is it? It's the money. That's what it is. It's people telling him to go and do crazy, stupid stuff, and he's lot. And he's making big money. So why not go out with a bang and eventually? I mean, who knows? Maybe the guy will go to prison.
oh,
I don't
that's
know, man.
crazy. You said that
I don't know.
because maybe he's trying to go out with a bang. Maybe that might be his whole
He could
goal.
be.
His goal might be to go out with
That
a
might
bang,
be.
man. But
He
to
doesn't care.
cause
He
to
doesn't
cause.
care.
Go ahead.
Obviously, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He already admitted
Yeah,
that, right? He's honest to us.
but well, yeah, he said it out of his own mouth. You right. But my whole thing is you throwing everybody on this side under the bus. You get what I'm saying? Like these
I,
people gonna
I
really look at
agree.
this situation and be like, oh, tourists, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure all of them not gonna think that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, but my whole thing is like I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Korea too. You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm an anime
Yeah.
person. I like to draw. I got, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but you make it harder for foreigners to come because now everybody gonna have the hey, just like when 9/11 happened. When all the foreigners came over here, guess what? We tightened up on security real hard. You know what I'm saying? If you look like you want from over here, we was on you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same thing over there. Oh, you gonna come over here? You know what I'm saying? I see you got your phone out. What you gonna stream? What you about to go fuck with our statue? You get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be
Hmm.
on that now. And it didn't have to be that way. And then you got other streamers that's been with him that I think should get. I can't think of the other streamer that was with him, but he got other people that do the same thing. All of y'all making money off of people paying y'all to basically throw yourselves to the wolves. And why would you do that? In my opinion, why would you
Well,
do that? Is
I
it that
think
much money? Is it really that much money in it? Because
I
if it is, I'm about to walk around here and just start disrespecting all 7-Elevens. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how crazy it is. That's
well
how crazy it
I
is. Like no bullshit, y'all. Like I'm dead at like he just got like anywhere
Oh
I go, I'm just gonna cause trouble because somebody just sent me $5 to say this. $5, bro?
well
Really? And that's what I'm saying. How much money are you making off of it?
okay, but
Maybe
you
I
have
need to
to.
get on the
There
game.
is something else to
Maybe I
keep
need
in
to get on
mind.
the game.
You got to think of something else. There are those of us on YouTube. I'm not on Twitch or Kick or anything like that. All right. And quite honestly, for some of us, for many people that are, even people that are in this room right now, like JR from Focus on Asia, okay? He puts
Right.
out incredible shit. Some of his stuff is just incredible, but he doesn't care whether he makes a dime or not. He does it. You know what? He
well, yeah.
doesn't do it for them. And so some people stream. Maybe this guy's got enough money. Maybe he inherited enough money. Maybe his parents gave him enough money. All right. And yet, and he only does it because of the personal satisfaction. For me, like if I get 2 or 3 new subscribers out of this live stream, I'd be a happy damn
Right.
camper. It's not about
I subscribe.
making money. All right. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. It's not about making money though. All right. We make so little money. Here's a perfect example. This my DJI Pocket 3, one of multiple cameras I own. I haven't made enough money in the past 12 months to pay for that camera.
Well,
It's
maybe you
not
should
about the
walk
money.
around.
It's not
Maybe you
about
should walk around bothering people all day. You'll get. I'll subscribe. I'll send you $5 just to say f you to somebody.
the
You know what I'm
point is
saying?
it's a
Obviously, that's where the
personal
money is.
it's a personal goal. It's like, oh, I got a couple more subscribers. I feel good about that. Oh, I got this. It's not about the money. And I'm beginning to think it may not be about the money for this guy. He may just be mentally deranged.
It's possible, yeah. But I
We try not to
again,
give him that
the
excuse though.
IRS.
Even though we trying to give him that excuse, but we not trying to give him that
Well,
excuse at the same time
all right.
because we know right from wrong. And anytime
Then
you get online and say, "Go ahead,
take it
go
the
ahead."
next step. When do we quit giving him that excuse? How do we quit
Well, I was
giving
one
him
of
that
the first
excuse?
ones to say, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the first ones to say, well, maybe it's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a demon in the comment sections. So forgive me to all of y'all who see my comments if I was, yeah. But in real life, uh, I have real mental issues. Like I go to a therapist and everything, like in real life. So and I'm not going out of my way to bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck your culture and all that stuff. Like that is where you get into a line like you crossing a line. You jump the whole map. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally jumped the whole
About
map
the money.
and did the worst he could do. But he went to places he knew that they would be lenient on him.
Well,
And luckily, yeah, go ahead. Go
he
ahead.
went two things. First off, Chippy Whiska swears, he says it's the money. But second off,
It is.
I've said the same thing you said. If you look at where he goes and causes trouble, he goes to highly democratic, constitutionally governed countries that have very rigid laws about how victims and perpetrators are treated. He knows if he gets thrown in jail, he'll get a public defender in Japan. He'll get a public defender in Korea. I don't know about Israel, right? But he knows he'll have his day in court. He knows he's going to go in a clean jail. He knows he's going to not, in Israel. Have you ever seen what their jails look like? They're like fucking hotels. They're unbelievable, the ones that I've seen. My point is you are correct in the fact that he is very selective about where he's going to cause these problems.
Okay,
Well,
my thing is, all right, so does America have any say in, I mean, because he's in Korea now, he has American pass. I don't know anything about the law as far as it go across seas or whatever like that. Do we have any say in what happens or like any, yeah, basically, do we have any say in what happens
No,
to nothing?
no.
So I
I
say
mean,
let them deal
somebody
with
else.
him then.
But hold
Let
on.
them have him. Y'all can have him. Keep
You
him
know what though?
over there
It could be
for
just
as long
like
as you can.
what was the chick from the WNBA that got arrested in
Jennifer,
Brittany
no,
Griner.
Jennifer Griner, Brittany Griner. My bad. I'm sorry,
Brittany
Brittany
Griner.
Griner.
in
My
Russia?
bad.
Yeah, maybe
Right,
President
Brittany Griner.
Biden. Maybe the
And
president
she
will
had a
trade.
weekend.
Maybe the president will trade a terrorist or a wanted
No,
fugitive.
no, nope,
I say that
nope.
jokingly. I said it jokingly.
So,
You know,
you,
I
you
don't
just
know.
got
I
you
mean,
just
I don't
gotta
think. Go ahead,
let these
Bruce.
people do it. All I'm saying is you just got to let these people go in and again, let them do it. Let this guy eventually go somewhere where he is going to, I mean, seriously mess up. And again, he wants to go out with the bang. He wants to make whatever it is. If it's just for an excitement, he thinks it's fun. It's not fun. It's pathetic. I think anybody that's going around and disrespecting anybody in any country, I don't care where you go. All right, you're a guest as an American. If you're a Filipino that goes to South Korea, you're a guest. Okay, simple as that. Let the people deal with him. See how he would like it if he goes to prison in a place like South Korea. Okay, yeah, you're right, Mike. He's going to get a lawyer. He's going to go through the whole thing. But when they come down on his butt, that's when you just hope that he'll learn. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
But you
I
know
just think
something?
these people that are
Does
doing
his
all these
money
If I'm
does
gonna
his
come,
money matter over there like it matter over here though?
oh yeah,
You get what I'm
matters.
saying?
Money matters in Korea. Trust me. But Black Wolf
money,
says
money,
So
that South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand has bad jails. I'm going to tell you, none of them, except maybe in rural Bali, hold a candle to a bad jail, to a good jail in the Philippines. Okay? He
right?
is not going to be able to get away with that. If he comes to the Philippines, pulls that shit, I guarantee you, he's being selective. I think, but we'll see.
I,
Mhm.
I think you know what? I think he's trying to have something happen on stream and he hopes he survives to where he can get enough. You get what I'm saying? Like he wants something to happen on stream to the point to where, you know what I'm saying? Like hopefully I survive, but if I do, I'll get enough views to where I can make money off of it. You'd have been punched down too many times. I don't think next time he gonna have that luck, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd have been to two countries. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm saying it wrong, too, you know, you'd have been two places where you know what I'm saying. But everybody on the outside got their eye on you. You get what I'm saying? So anywhere you go next, well, I would have thought Korea would have had their eye on them,
All
but
right, so
obviously they probably won't. They won't pay
Black
him no mind.
Wolves.
But I feel like anywhere he goes after this, he ain't gonna have that luck. I don't
Black
think so.
Wolf says he
I
was
don't
in
think so.
Thailand. That jail system's bad. I never saw any footage from Thailand with him. Did I don't doubt it. I mean, because I don't watch the guy or anything, but he was certainly taking a chance. That's for sure. Jackie Boy's saying people on the internet and South Korean people want to deport Johnny Somalia into North Korea. Okay,
Oh,
send him to North Korea.
whoa. North
I was
Korea?
just thinking maybe he would be perfect over there doing that kind of wacko stuff.
Oh
So
yeah,
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 that would be perfect.
It
yeah.
would. Okay, folks, it is 2 hours. That's probably one of the longest
All
live
right.
streams I've ever done. I
Thanks,
really
Mike.
appreciate you guys tuning in, and I really thank you for watching. Those of you that might have subscribed or liked, we really appreciate it, and we do wish you a great day. Thanks so much. Take care.